Is that it? I don't know what I don't know what it is really.
No, I don't. I mean,
I just hear it on Clubhouse all the time. Everybody create a room.
Don't ask me. I just be like, man, get out your head and get this money. Right. That's what I be on.
And the conversations be so deep on imposter syndrome. I'm like, yo, I don't know. Do I got it? I think I was going to one call and I realized that I had it. Like, I think I got it too.
Right.
Well, everybody on stage had it. I'm like,
maybe I do. But you're not even aware of it because you're doing you.
Exactly.
I'm like, I ain't got time to.
It didn't become a problem until they started talking.
Then you all on Google. What is imposter syndrome?
Right.
I don't know.
Like, you don't know you're sick. And like somebody tell you, yo, why you walking like that? You got a little lip. You know that mean you got gout. Like, really? Do I? And it drive you crazy. You're like, oh, wow, I got gout. Anyway, okay. Yeah. So you were going through an identity crisis.
Right.
Because you are following success. And I guess the confusion is, dang, it's working though.
It's working.
But it don't feel right.
It don't feel right because it was becoming harder to sell my thing. Like people, I was making money, but I couldn't get past the 6 figures. I couldn't get past the 6 figures. People kept comparing me to other people, and people would be like, oh, you're just like such and such. And I hated it. I hated it. It's just like telling somebody like, oh, your Android just like Apple. Y'all about to fight. It's a big difference between Android and Apple.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So at that, I wasn't like a McDonald's and a Burger King. You know, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So if no one really knows the difference, then they just gonna compete on price. They're gonna compete on popularity. Yeah. They're gonna compete on who got the most followers, who got the most popularity, who's in the media the most. But they're not gonna pick me because I'm truly better. You know what I mean? And so I had to really figure out what is a creative way to show people that I'm better. Yeah. Like that's something I really like sat down and thought about it. So I was like, okay, you throw out the rule book, throw out all this stuff, but keep what you know about marketing. What would you do differently? So at the time, I created this program called 2-Day Site Launch. It was a program called Adobe Muse. And at the time, everybody was using WordPress, Wix, stuff like that for their website. Nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't using that.
This is
still 2016.
16, got you.
So I put together this 2-day workshop and I put it out there. I'm like, hey, I'm about to because I talked with a friend girl and she was like, why are you doing this Adobe Muse workshop? Everybody's using WordPress. Everybody's using Wix. And I'm like, I'm going to show you. Everybody about to be using Adobe Muse.
I love it.
And so I put it out there and I was like, this was the first time that I truly trusted myself. Because normally I would call people and be like, what do you think? And whatever they said, it would be like a sponge and I completely wouldn't do me. And so this was the first time where this is somebody I respect. We still cool to this day where I was just like, nah, I'm going to trust that what I'm trying to do is going to work. Yeah. Sold out in 2 days, man.
Wow.
Sold out in 2 days. And had I went the WordPress route or the Wix route, I don't even think this brand Unclone would exist because I'd still be listening to other folks, not trusting myself, not trusting the process.
You know what? I think I'm going through that right now. I think I had that revelation maybe a couple weeks ago. So I launched this Creators Bootcamp. And what I'm so used to doing is when I do something, I always involve other people. So it's not even like asking for permission, but if I'm going to do a workshop or something like that, I'm going to call the people that's dope in that and say, yo, come on in this workshop.
Right.
But I think you saying it is me not trusting myself.
Right.
And I didn't realize it until literally I sold out the event by myself because I told my designer that I'm not going to make a big flyer with a whole bunch of people on it.
Right.
Because that's my normal thing, right? Because
it's challenging the norms. That's what our mission is about.
Because I feel like I need all these other people to put on an amazing, and I have the information. And this is the last thing. You know Marquell, right? Marquell Russell. So, and this shocked me. Just a few, not shocked me, but this is the first time I actually thought about it. He was doing a 2-day workshop, and it's mainly just him teaching.
Right.
And then he had me come speak, and he was like, listen, y'all know I don't normally let nobody else talk to my people.
Right.
But this guy is credible. And I'm like, dang, you do the whole thing by yourself. You know all the aspects of this?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to just start doing stuff without having to call people. And I don't call for permission. It's just I need your support.
It's going to change the game. We did our virtual conference, UncloneCon, our first edition in 2018. and I'm only the speaker. And people are like, what? How you have a conference, you're the only speaker? This is crazy. This is an ego thing. No, I legit know all the aspects of what I'm teaching. I don't really need somebody to come in and speak on a topic. I've already read the book, mastered it, tried it, tell you how it went bad, the whole nine. So I don't really need extra people. That's a bonus at this point.
I don't trust myself.
You know, you coming into yourself.
I'm coming into myself, right? Yes. There's a therapy set. I'm supposed to interview you. And I'm getting therapy. This is good. This is so good. Okay. All right. So I forgot where we were. Okay, you're doing doing a workshop.
So I'm doing a workshop, put it out there, and it's a hit. And I'm like, okay, let me try something else. So I create something else. And it just started working. Like I noticed that I became more confident. I stopped calling my peers and asking them what they think. And I began to start creating some of the most epic stuff that you don't really see online. And at that point, I'm the obvious choice now because I'm doing things different. I'm moving different. Even to this day, people be like, you mean to tell me you were charging that for 5 days and people paying it? I'm like, yeah. Well, everybody else do this. I'm not everybody else, bro. I just, and that's really what my whole brain is about. It's like really getting people to a place to like trust themselves. So after 2016, I published my first book, Are You Ready for the Yes? That came out in January 2017. And in July, I came out with my second book, which was Unclone Life. 2 books back to back. And Unclone Life was like, I guess you can say, was my own personal. It was really for me. The book was for me, but I just shared it with the world. Yeah. And it's called Unclone Life: 7 Epic Unrules for Owning Your Shit. And the book is about these 7 things I had to unlearn to become who I was at the time. Because when 2017 popped off, people was like, bro, you moving different. Like what is it? They could tell there was like this aura around me that was different, right? And after that, we began to start this whole brand called Unclone. And so how Unclone came about, I was on a live stream on Periscope, and somebody came into the live stream was like, man, you so unclone. I'm like, I am unclone. And I took it and ran with it. Went and got it trademarked, the whole nine, like really starting this whole move. Because at first, unclone was a hashtag. So whenever I would do something different, I put hashtag unclone. And it kind of started off to that. And then it morphed into this whole big movement. And I had to give Unclone meaning. It couldn't just be a hashtag anymore. If you want people to follow it, be a part of this movement or something, it has to like stand for something. So Unclone means to challenge the norms and be the first to do it first. And a lot of the times people kind of get stuck at the challenge the norms piece because we're taught to like follow, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't reinvent the wheel. I think we should reinvent the wheel. I think we should have fun reinventing the wheel. I think we should have fun putting our own color and flavor on the wheel. Who said we had to do the wheel like that? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dang, I'm really having a real revelation right now. Yeah, like when Clubhouse first started,